video, easy food swaps that will make getting results from your renal diet a million times easier. What we will see are the 7 worst foods for your kidneys and how to replace them with healthy foods that are just as tasty. Catherine here. I've been working with people suffering from kidney disease for more than 10 years now, and I've met people who were able to improve. Some of them are in the earlier stages. Some of them are in the advanced stages. Some of them have great nephrologists. Some don't. Some of them take supplements. Some don't. But there is one thing they all have in common. A key shared element among those who have effectively enhanced their GFR, which is their commitment to a carefully designed renal diet. But unfortunately, there is a ton of misinformation on the internet about the renal diet, and even doctors in many cases don't follow the updated guideline. So what I want to do today is going beyond the outdated information many people with CKD are still given of only avoiding high potassium and high phosphorus foods. I want to make your diet easier by not only showing you what foods are the worst for your kidneys, but also how to easily replace them. So these are top 7 foods you must always avoid if you are serious about your health. Let's take a look. Number 7, plant protein. So many CKD sufferers today are finally doing the switch from a diet that damages the kidneys to one that protects them. A low protein diet. And that's amazing because it means that way less people are going to end up tied to a machine for life. No, I'm not exaggerating. The low protein diet really is a must for your kidneys. But limiting protein intake at the point that the kidneys are protected is not as easy as avoiding steak and fish, unfortunately. Sticking to the strict restrictions of a low protein diet means also understanding that many plant-based foods may be bad for you. I'm talking especially about legumes such as lentils, chickpeas, black beans, soybeans, and peas. They all are high in protein. And also, tofu and tempeh. These are both soy-based products that are rich in protein. Avoid them. Some people, especially those in the more advanced stages, will also need to limit the intake of foods such as nuts, seeds, and even whole grain due to their protein content. Question: what can you replace these high-protein legumes with? Legumes are extremely healthy and are rich in many essential nutrients. Some legumes that are actually good for people with kidney issues are green beans, with just 2 grams of protein per 100 grams of cooked green beans. These tasty veggies are great for any CKD sufferer. Green beans are indeed a healthy choice packed with essential nutrients such as folate, fiber, antioxidants, and vitamin C. These nutrients support gut health, reduce inflammation, and may even contribute to maintaining healthy pressure levels. Okay guys, we know today that protein intake is one of the worst enemies of the kidneys. It won't be a surprise that our next entry is also a group of foods too high in protein. Number 6 is dairy. Dairy is not just rich in protein, it's also the #1 dietary source of phosphorus. And phosphorus, especially when coming from animal-based foods or preservatives, is very bad for people with kidney disease. So always avoid dairy. Now guys, limiting protein in your diet is a must, as I was saying. It's something anyone with kidney disease needs to do if they want to keep their kidneys in good shape for as long as possible. And if you want to know more about the low protein diet, watch my video up here. Question: how do you replace dairy in a renal diet? Milk substitutes such as almond and rice milk are actually low in protein and phosphorus and safe for most people. But remember to double check the label for sugar. You don't want any added sugars in your diet. And also consider low sodium, low phosphorus cheeses substitutes instead of cheese. Some companies produce cheese substitutes specifically designed for renal diet. These products are typically lower in sodium, phosphorus, and protein compared to regular cheese. And also consider cream cheese or ricotta. For some people, small amounts of cream cheese or ricotta can be used as alternatives to hard cheeses as they tend to have lower phosphorus and protein levels. Just don't overindulge with these foods. Now, when it comes to cooking, it's a great idea to replace butter with olive oil. While butter is full of phosphorus and saturated fats, both unhealthy in these quantities, olive oil actually contains mostly unsaturated fats and no phosphorus at all. Olive oil also offers strong anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic inflammation is a leading driver of diseases including metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. Extra virgin olive oil can effectively reduce inflammation in the body, protecting you and helping you improve. So use olive oil when cooking with low heat cooking methods, and also try it raw as a condiment. Speaking of condiments, our next entry is something you always want to avoid even if it's marketed as healthy. Number 5. Low-fat salad dressings. Low-fat foods sold as healthy should all be banned in my opinion, and low-fat salad dressings are some of the worst. Many big food companies are still marketing their highly processed foods as healthy today, and this takes a toll on the population every day. Low-fat salad dressings are the perfect example. A salad dressing should contain fats because they can be good for you. Olive oil is almost entirely fats, and it's one of the healthiest things in the world. But many brands instead want to sell you low-fat alternatives as they want you to think they are better, but they aren't. And they also don't taste as good. So what they do to make up for the lack of satisfying fat is adding sugar, high fructose corn syrup, salt, and additives and preservatives to the recipe instead. So you may end up with this monstrosity. Yes, it's unbelievable that they still want us to think this is good for you. For example, a 2 tablespoons serving of this brand may have up to a shocking 8 grams of added sugar. That's about what you'd get in a font-sized Snickers bar. Imagine getting that much sugar from a salad as a diabetic. And also, they didn't skimp with the salt while they were at it. So question, what should you dress your salad with? First of all, olive oil, as we have seen, and also raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Because while a low-fat salad dressing may spike your insulin, raw ACV has actually been documented helping people with diabetes improve their insulin sensitivity. Raw ACV is also very good for you because it's a great source of probiotics. And if you want your salad to taste better, but without adding salt, try sprinkling spices such as ginger, mint, garlic, curry, or paprika on top. And don't forget seeds. Now, even worse than diet foods. Number 4. Most packaged foods. While completely avoiding packaged foods is not always possible, they come with several dangers that you should be aware of. First of all, hidden salt. While many people believe that avoiding the salt shaker is a good strategy to limit sodium consumption, you should know that up to 80% of the sodium in the standard Western diet comes from packaged foods. Another danger is phosphate. Phosphates are often used as a food preservatives, but they can easily cause your phosphorus levels to go out of control because most food companies don't care about the needs of people with CKD. Not to mention sugar. You can find sugar in many foods that taste salty. So be careful, always read the label and avoid anything with too much sodium phosphate and added sugar. How can you replace packaged foods? Well, with single ingredients foods, fruits, veggies, those should be the cornerstone of your eating plan. Okay guys, we're in the top 3 now. These are the worst of the worst. Having any of these in your diet can frustrate any chance of improvement in GFR and creatinine levels. Our next entry is especially bad for people with diabetes, but anyone should avoid it. Number 3, sugary treats, snacks, sweets. On the road to a better kidney health, removing high sugar foods is a key step even if you don't have diabetes. Sugary foods mostly provide empty calories, meaning they give you little to no nutritional value. What they will give you is a big insulin spike, which can be particularly harmful. Excessive intake of processed sugar is a contributing factor to heart disease. Consuming too much sugar can trigger heightened inflammation throughout the body, which is associated with a wide range of health problems, including heart disease and other chronic conditions. One of the worst things about sugar is the addiction-like behavior it causes. Sugar can stimulate the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with feelings of pleasure and reward. This effect can encourage cravings and overconsumption, leading to a cycle of addiction-like behavior. Now, when talking about high sugar foods, colas and dark-colored colas in particular deserve a special mention. These sodas contain not only sugar but also phosphoric acid, which can directly contribute to kidney damage. So avoid them and avoid unhealthy snacks in general. So how can you replace these sugary treats with something that's actually good for you? Easy! Focus on fruits and nuts. I love snacking during the day, but that doesn't mean that I eat junk foods. Instead, I always have some homemade trail mix at hand. Nuts such as walnuts, almonds, pecans, cashews are healthy even if they are a bit high on calories and protein, so eat them instead of sugary snacks, but in moderation. Fruits are also great and can be a great way to replace unhealthy snacks. My advice here is to keep a variety of fresh fruits on hand, always ready to go. Wash, cut, and store your healthy fruits in clear containers in the refrigerator so they are easy to grab and eat when you need a snack. And what can be even worse than sugary foods? Well, sugary foods sold as healthy, just like our number 2, fruit juices. Drinking orange juice, for example, as a part of the standard Western breakfast is something that really baffles me. Sometimes I feel that big marketing departments really fooled us all with this one. For many people, orange juice is the number 1 breakfast staple. I wish they knew how unhealthy it is. Marketing told us that orange juice is incredibly healthy. It's so full of vitamins, you can't really start your day without it. What they don't tell you is that most vitamins from fruit are actually lost during processing. What they don't tell you is that you will get this quantity of sugar in every single glass of fruit juice. Very bad, even if you don't have diabetes. Always avoid it. What can you replace it with? If you don't have a potassium restriction and you really can't stand a breakfast without some orange juice, drink homemade sugar-free orange juice. But keep in mind that the healthiest part of an orange is the part that you will be now discarding. Yes, the peel and the flesh of the orange are way healthier than its juice. Another alternative is lemon water, which also comes with some health benefits. Okay guys, time now to see the worst of the worst. This food is something that even alone can make kidney disease progress faster. Completely remove it from your diet. Number 1, meat, red and processed in particular. Yup, meat is the number 1 worst food for your kidneys. It's not just very high in protein. Red meat consumption is also linked to high cholesterol, increased risk for cardiovascular problems, and colorectal cancer. Processed meats like sausages, hot dogs, bacon, and deli meats are even worse. They are also high in sodium and saturated fats. So, what can you replace meat with? Shiitake mushrooms. They are not just delicious, they are a superfood. They are rich in B vitamins, dietary fiber, and in maybe the most important vitamin, there is vitamin D. Almost every single kidney disease patient is deficient in vitamin D. Also because there are no plant-based sources of this nutrient other than mushrooms. Okay guys, if you want to see more about how to turn your breakfast into the healthiest part of the day, this video up here is for you, and this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.